this computer. Amazing. Just make sure you guys are all muted. I would love to see your gorgeous faces if you can and it's not weird wherever you are. But today we are talking about organization because I know it is a big part of life being chaotic and crazy and all the things. And at the end of the day, like the thing is, your routine is going to change from day to day, and that is normal. That gets to be okay. It is going to happen from week to week, and learning to adapt with that is what is so important as well. But having a routine is literally where your body thrives. It's like so many people don't like to stick to a routine because they think, oh, it's boring. But at the end of the day, like repetition breeds success. And you brush your teeth every day because you don't want the repercussions of getting fucking yellow teeth or getting all your teeth ripped out later on in life. Or, you have a shower because you know that you might get a fucking fungal infection or like you don't want to stink and you don't want to, people like the repercussions of that. So, at the end of the day, we do repetitive things that we don't even realize we're doing. So having a baseline of a routine is so important to help you thrive in life. And at the end of the day, it's also like same with sleep. Like we know that it doesn't matter if you get 8 hours of sleep, and it's like at different times of the day, that is going to affect you more than you think it will. Versus having the same bedtime routine every single night, even on the weekends, changing your routine by just a couple of hours, you'll probably notice you wake up feeling tired and groggy on the other end of that as well. So, understanding that routine is vital for us to thrive. So, we are going to look into what that looks like and dive into routines. If you have any questions, pop them in the chat box. I will get to them as they pop up as well, and then we'll do some Q&A at the end. So, we are looking at mastering your time and getting organized like a fucking queen. We love an organized girly because it's going to make life feel easier, staying on track with your health and fitness, and actually having time for you because ultimately a lot of us don't have a lot of time for ourselves, which causes more stress and causes us to feel chaotic in life. So, why does it matter? So I love this quote. It's like, if you don't plan your time, somebody else will. If you're just constantly chaotic, life will fall into probably not into place, but it will just happen to you, not happen for you. So it will feel very chaotic, that stress, that overwhelm, inconsistency. You feel like you can't get a grasp on anything. So being organized frees up that mental space for actually what matters. So I absolutely love time blocking. I think it is so important. It is so vital. So I literally have times where I jump into the group chat, I answer your messages, I have my client calls, I have content that I film, I have like when I go food shopping, when I'm meal prepping, when I have literal space just for me. It is so important to time block because at the end of the day, we have to have those non-negotiables. When you time block, anything like when you have space in your calendar and you've time blocked everything, it creates that like clarity in your brain that, oh, like if you've forgotten something or you need to do something and you go into your calendar, you're like, oh, that's right. It helps you stay on task. But also, once you've done everything around your calendar that are the non-negotiables, you have time for you, which is so important to pour back into your cup. And it also helps you show up for your goals and life at the same time. I know sometimes, if sometimes I don't feel in the mood to make content or meal prep or food shop, but it's in my calendar. I show up, I do it, and I'm so glad that I do because it sets me up for success for the week. So being organized is so freaking important for success. What's that quote? It's like fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail. Ultimately, if you don't think about it, you don't organize it, you don't plan for it, you're probably not going to have a very successful week unless you've just like got all the time in the world to do all the things, which I'm going to guess almost 99.9% of us do. So common things, I don't have time. What I want all of you to do right now, you're going to hate me. Pull out your phones. Well, you're probably on your phone. I want you to go into your settings on your phone. Um, Let me just figure out where it is. And then I want you to scroll down. It's under the category in like the whole, it's not in general, but if you scroll down and go, where is it? I clearly haven't done this for a while. Um, Oh, scroll down. So it's like you have the like white boxes. Keep scrolling down. On the top, it says notifications. The bottom one of that block, it says screen time. I want you, I saw you laugh, Sophie. I want you to write in the chat box what your daily screen time is. Now, I know, for example, myself, I spend a lot of time on my phone replying to messages and things like that. So it actually can break it down into what I am choosing to spend time on. So it says my WhatsApp, my YouTube, my messages, that sort of stuff. So pop it in the chat box. 6 hours and 37 minutes, hashtag slay, but mostly work, 100%. Mine is, wait, where are we? Week. 5 hours, 53 minutes. And I know the rest of you, unlike Ali and I, a lot of you don't work on your phone. So this will say a lot about how much time you are spending on your phone. Sophie, 5 hours, 33 minutes has gone down massively since I got a work phone, I swear. Are you trying to convince me or yourself? 2 hours. That's so good. That's so good. I have not seen anyone's under 3 hours before, so that's pretty fucking good. Hell yeah. Who else are we waiting on? Chloe, have you written? No, you're not gonna do it.
I it's going to be silly, but I don't even know if I'm looking in the right spot.
Oh, I see. Are you in settings on your phone?
Yeah, and
Some
then
people don't
screen.
have it set up. And then
Maybe that's why I'm not that clever.
give us a rough answer. You're probably way off. I know I would have been for my guess.
Uh, for a guess, I'd probably say yeah, 2 to 3 hours. Is that like I'm never on my phone much?
Okay, that's good. Good.
Yeah.
I do not use my phone unless it's for work. And for you, I love that. Okay, amazing. So I just kind of wanted you guys to see like, we do have more time than we think we do. And it's common for us to use as an excuse to make ourselves feel better for not showing up for the things that we know we should be doing. So if you're ever like, oh, I don't have time, check your screen time, and own your truths. So a lot of the time, because of this, if we're not time blocking and we're not writing things down, we do forget our priorities. And I had one of, she's not in this call, but one of my clients, she literally said to me, she was like, always saying, I don't have time, I don't have time, I don't have time. And I whipped out the screen time thing. And we decided, out of cooperation, she was like, no, I'm going to do it. She like signed out and deleted her social media apps for a week. And everything improved. Her sleep quality, she went from 5 hours sleep to like 8.5 hours sleep every night. Mind you, she has 4 kids and she's a full-time, like works full-time. She actually did her workouts, which every week it was like 1, 2, 3, 1, and then it was just like alternating. She did all of the workouts and she also meal prepped. So she was like, holy fuck, I didn't realize how much more time I had. We think we don't because we're so distracted by social media. So understanding that it's important to time block and do these priorities before you sit and scroll. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but we also need to put our priorities first and foremost. So, if you are winging it, just like your calories, you're probably not going to hit your protein and you're going to go over your calories. Just like your time, you're going to go over your time budget and be like, fuck, I don't have enough time to fit everything in. So you're making sure that we time block and schedule everything in. Otherwise, we feel like, we never get everything done. So we do use social media as a procrastinated measure. But if you have boundaries around, okay, I'm not going to go on my phone when I'm ideally not driving, when you're eating, when you're with people, you will realize like how much more clarity you have just thinking your brain is not highly stimulated all the time as well. So organization is not about being perfect. Life is life and life be lifing sometimes and things just don't go to plan and that is more than okay. So having that all or nothing mentality is what we want to step away from a lot of the time. It's like, understanding and having grace around that life just does happen. There are obstacles, but doing your best to stick to that routine. and being prepared. So having little small habits that stack up, like I said, times where you are doing your food shopping or your meal prepping, or if you genuinely feel like I actually don't, I need more time, then, little habits like, okay, I'm going to click and collect my food shopping. You're going to also save money. You're probably not going to go shopping when you're hungry and buy all the things that you probably know aren't the best thing to have in the cupboard at any one time. And then you're also going to save probably, I don't know about you, but I get so overwhelmed in the shops that like, you're going to save time walking around aimlessly as well. So making sure that you do these little habits that actually can help give you more time, but also make you feel more organized and repeating it. So I will show you my Google Calendar in a sec, but you'll also be able to see that I'm just opening this up. Was driving home when asked for screen time. Mine is 5 hours. Yeah. Um, you can also set a limit for the amount of time you spend on apps. Yes, this is something I recommend to a lot of people. So, like we say, the all or nothing mentality to get over that, we want to plan, like we want to pencil it in. It's not like a step set in stone. Don't get pissed off at yourself if you don't show up, but also have boundaries and also, don't procrastinate and be like, oh, I'll do it later. If it's in the calendar, do it. Don't think, just do. And yeah, the whole thing of like stop trying to find time and start making time. Block it in when you know you're available. So, the things that I go to, Google Calendar is my absolute best friend. This looks fucking chaotic. This was from 2024 last year when I was doing face-to-face clients. As you can see, it's fucked. It's overwhelming. It's full on. I love my calendar. I love the colors. I love all the things. So, I always put in when I wake up, all the little things. So food shopping, when I'm training, boxing, when I'm posting, you can see like so many different things. My schedule is very different now, but just for privacy reasons, I chose to do it for a year ago. I did read more, visualize goals, content creation work, check-ins, creating reels, like all the different things. So I blocked out all of this. I also put in on the weekend, but you can also see I have like gaps in that as well. When I was playing volleyball, family lunch, like I like to put everything in my calendar so that you can time block. Now I repeat these. So as you can see, wake up, that's all repeated and it's something that you can do. You can change the colors, you can add locations, you can add people into it so that they get alerts too. I also have like underneath that, it was like my bedtime and things like that. So, and you can drag and drop. It's so easy. So if things change, you can literally just drag and drop. So having a calendar, whatever way you like to do it, I don't know how people survive on using paper. If someone's like, "Hey, are you available here?" I'm like, "Cool, I'll check my calendar. Yeah, let's book in a walk or whatever it may be." So having it on hand is so easy, and it also can alert you. You can choose like when you want it to alert you as well. So I love notes. You can use like Notion, you can use like the Notes app on your phone. There's like reminders on your phone and things like that. Find what works for you, and sometimes things work, sometimes things don't. I like to have today, this week, this month, this year, but not to overwhelm myself. Like on my Notes app on my phone, I like enter it down so there's space, so I can only see today's. If I need to look at this week's, I can scroll down, and obviously I transfer this week's into today's and moving the task. But you put your top 3 priority tasks in there. So that it's not overwhelming. So basically it's like urgent, least urgent, less urgent. And then you slowly move those up the ranks until you actually do it on that day. And those 3 tasks must be done. They are like non-negotiable tasks. Having at least like having those 3 things to work on is like so important. That could literally be like something that you may not be good at. Drink my 3 liters of water today, or meal prep today, or food shop today, whatever it may be, you have those non-negotiables for you. I also have a notebook always by my table, just in case like I need to write something down quickly, or something that's completely irrelevant to what I'm doing. And I have a light bulb idea, I write it down. Not that that happens often, but it does happen. So then also have a day where you actually sit down and plan. It can be half an hour, it can be an hour. Romanticize it. sit outside in the sun, have your morning coffee, do something and romanticize it because you're more likely to want to do it. It's enjoyable. You feel good. You feel productive. Have a notebook, write it down, and then input it into your like digital stuff. Because if you're constantly on your phone, notifications might pop up, you might get distracted. So having a pen and paper is really cool to just kind of like organize your week as a whole. So as we went through my crazy calendar, so what you want to do is block out your non-negotiables first. So sleep, work, workouts, food shopping. I love and I highly encourage you putting in you time. So important. If you're not filling your cup, how are you supposed to give to other people? You're going to feel drained. You're going to feel exhausted. You're going to just resent everyone and everything. So putting those things in is so important. I also include, don't put in travel time and shower and this and that. If you're going to the gym, put like an hour and a half to include travel time, shower, and breakfast. Like it's so overwhelming if you see all these tiny little things, you're constantly getting alerts. So also be aware of that. And then use reoccurring events. So like I said, routine is so important to keep organized. So ideally, reoccurring like when you wake up, when you go to the gym, having that routine is very, very important. So how to plan your week when you're romanticizing it, having your morning coffee on a Sunday morning and you're playing some chill music and you're outside in the sun, grab your notebook and just brain dump everything that you want to do that week. And then once you've done it once, it's overwhelming the first time having to input this all into your Google Calendar. Give yourself time, give yourself grace. Don't feel like, this is too hard. Once it's done, so fucking easy. It's already done for you and you can just, like I said, drag and drop. So make sure you prioritize those high priority tasks. Of course, you've got kids events, school events, drop-offs and things like that. Then you've also got work and then, then you put in your workouts and then you put in like you time. So putting in those high priority tasks first. And also, like I said, leave white space. Don't overschedule it because you're always going to feel burnt out and you're always doing something. There is a lot, like the masculine energy is a lot of doing, and we need both masculine and feminine, all of us. But we also need things where we can just wake up and be like, what do I feel like doing today? And not having space where you're constantly, oh, I gotta be here, gotta be here, gotta be here. I used to do that. I used to literally like this used to be a bragging right for me. Now it is way more clear than that. My weekends, I don't put a single thing on there, unless like I have friends' birthdays or whatever else. But I like to keep my weekends free because I just like my week is so jam-packed. So I like to make sure that I do have time where I know I get to wake up and I'm not having to be somewhere at a certain time. So make sure you also have that. Um, and then you can, on your little, romanticizing planning your week, also reflect on how that week went. If things aren't working and you're not actually doing it when you say you're going to do it, change it. It's okay to change things. I know we're all scared of change, but change is good. So, staying consistent. Like I said, it's so important to reflect on it because things will change and that gets to be okay. You will slowly, it's trial and error. You'll figure it out. There's no perfect schedule because I guarantee there's not going to be one week where you follow everything to a T, and that gets to be okay. So really try and make sure that you are you are creating it so it's not overwhelming, but it also suits your schedule. You're not like overcommitting because then you're always going to feel disheartened and disappointed that you didn't show up the way that you thought you would. And then, like I said, review it, adjust it, and forgive yourself if you drop the ball. But also, rebuild confidence through following through and doing things even when it's hard. So even when you don't want to do it, sometimes I always like to say thoughts and thinking are two completely different things. You have a thought. Let's just say, oh, fuck, I lost my job. Cool. All good. I'm going to get a new job. I'm going to figure that out. But thinking and dwelling and overthinking on that is going to cause negative energy. You're going to be like, fuck, I lost my job. Oh my God, what am I going to do? I'm going to die. I'm not going to be able to afford my rent. I'm not going to be able to pay for this, that, the other. You've also got to understand that the way that you think, your thoughts become your actions become your reality. So if you look at your calendar and you're like, nah, I'll do it tomorrow, you're constantly creating that negative loop of pushing it away. And then you're never going to actually follow your routine because you never actually follow through in what you say you're going to do. So if it's in your calendar, fucking do it whether you want to or not. Your work schedule, you show up whether you want to or not. So why are you not showing up for yourself whether you want to or not? You're always going to be so grateful that you did. But in that moment, sometimes you don't want to. Obviously, there are things where we like, you got to give yourself grace and be like, actually, I'm sick today. Rest, hydrate, you know, positive energy, but also sometimes discipline is the highest form of self-care. Showing up for you and doing things the way that when you say you're going to do it, that is building confidence within yourself. And remember, progress over perfection. You're going to do your calendar and you're probably not going to be able to do everything that you put in there initially, but that's the aim. One extra thing each and every single week, slowly drip feed it in. So why does this help? It's going to reduce your excuses. It's in the calendar. You made time for it. Don't book anything else around it. So make sure you prioritize what is in your calendar first and foremost. It's going to lower your stress hormone by reducing that overwhelm. If you're like, shit, I got to do something, can't remember, your brain is just fuzzy. You're just like messy up in there. But if it's all out on paper, you're not having to reserve space for all the things that you have to do. So you can just check your calendar, be like, oh yeah, cool. I know I need to do that. I'm going to go do that. It's also going to help you stay consistent. And like I said, build confidence in yourself by following through and saying you're going to do something. Obviously, again, things change. Don't get overwhelmed. If you're like, cool, I want to train Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, but shit happens on Monday, you just move it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or make it up on the weekend. It's fine. Things change, plans change, move with it. Just continue to keep trying to show up for yourself. And again, like I said, don't overwhelm your whole calendar with all these different things because then you're just going to resent it. You're going to throw it away. You're going to end up messy and unorganized and then end up right back at square one, never feeling like you know what to do or you feel like I don't have enough time. So organization is absolute key. You deserve to feel calm, capable, and in control of your life. So start small. Like I know, looking at my calendar, please don't think that's what my calendar looks like. Yours should not look like that. There should be space in the day. There should be time for you. There should be downtime. And downtime is not screen time. Screen time causes stress, overwhelm, comparison, all the things. So make sure the first thing you do when you get home is giving back to you. And that does not mean scrolling on your phone. That is giving your energy away to so many other people. So start with one small thing. If you don't have a calendar, I highly recommend you build that out this week. And honestly, Georgie and I did this, use ChatGPT. Chuck in everything. If you've already got a calendar, screenshot it and be like, ChatGPT, I want to add this, 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 and this. I'm busy here. I'm usually tired here. This is when I don't want to do XYZ. I want more me time. Fit it in. It will spit out a calendar for you. I swear to God, ChatGPT is the best thing in the whole entire world. Sorry, I have ignored all of these chat messages. I have not actually looked. Calendar app, that is Google Calendar. Absolutely love it. Do you have a to-do list task manager app? I literally just use the notes on my phone. I don't want to show you because it looks overwhelming right now. So ignore me. I literally just have the notes app on my first thing and it's like my to-do list here and I can easily just go into it. And then it's right at the top and then all this should be like entered down, like I mentioned, but it wasn't. So that's my most urgent things to do. I just use that and I scroll down. So it's like today, and then I scroll down this week, this month, but you don't want to always be seeing all of them. There are bougie apps out there. I am so basic. I don't care how aesthetic it is. I just need to be able to read the words on the page and for it to be clear. The more pretty and the more colorful and all the things, I just get overwhelmed and I just don't even know what's going on. So I like it basic. I also love for work stuff. I love using Notion. Notion is amazing. There's so many features to it, but it is very overwhelming. I use very basic features on it and that's it. I don't care about everything else because I'm like, too much. Wait, what's this? This sounds super dumb, but this seems super type A kind of, we love type A personalities. I'm useless at lists and task ticking. Is this something you can learn over time? 100%. It's like what you practice is what will come into fruition. If you continue, so if I recommend going and watching the Limiting Beliefs call, but if you're saying like, I'm useless at lists and task ticking, That's because that's all you've known and that's what you've created over time to feel and to be. You can be better at it and you can be really good at it. I had to, otherwise my business would be a fucking bombshell or I wouldn't have a business. To manage so many people and make sure everyone feels supported, but also whilst doing all the other things, we've also got to have, like, I was forced into making it work or things just, would fall and crash. So at the end of the day, it's like you've got to create something that you do, follow through with it, stick with it, and then it will become a habit. Naturally, I'm sitting on my laptop, I'm like, I just finished a task. Fuck, what do I need to do next? Check my notes. It's also on my computer because I like to keep my phone away from me during the day when I'm working. Otherwise, it's so easy to get distracted. We're all human. So it is something that you can build over time, 1000%. Definitely a task you can build over time. Have a read. Yes, Atomic Habits is amazing. The only caveat to that is so many people read it front to back, change nothing. So pick up a page, follow a chapter, follow that one task on that chapter. I don't care if you read one page or one chapter a month and you slowly apply that into your life. Too many people read books and don't apply it. Books don't fucking matter if you don't actually action what they are saying in there. So with that book, it is fucking amazing, but there is so much. So just baby steps, slow actions. It's not about getting through the book. It's about actually applying the things to your life. Always looking for a new book. I'll add it to the Kindle. Best thing I ever did. Fuck yeah. So good. You can buy cheap Notion templates on Etsy that are already built out for you. I use it for uni and work. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Oh my God, I'm gonna look into that. Fuck yeah. I love the girlies brainstorming when we put our heads together. But anything else, pop it in the group chat if you have any questions, anything, if you want to jump on and chat, ask anything to do with this or absolutely anything else. Write hotspot if you want to talk. If not, just write a little question. But oh, we had a few of you girlies. I love it. But yeah, that wraps up today's call. I hope it was helpful. I know it has almost nothing to do with like training and nutrition, but I like to alternate the week. So having things that we're talking about, training, nutrition, but also things that are lifestyle and mindset orientated, because at the end of the day, like if it is hard to show up because life feels chaotic and messy, then let's look at that, make it less chaotic, less messy. You're going to be able to show up for your training and your meal prep and for yourself more. So, yeah, if we have no questions, that wraps up today's call. Thank you guys for making the time on your Wednesday night to jump on. And I will talk to all of you throughout the rest of the week. Bye, my gorgeous humans. Mwah. Bye.